Zen. Tonight's Dharma talk is given by Myeong Jin Eunsahn.
Tonight, I wanted to follow up on a talk I had given a few weeks ago that was called Stuck on First, whichever it was. The idea behind that one was the first noble truth of suffering, that, of dukkha, it's very easy for us to become very attached to our own personal suffering, to the exclusion of perhaps others who were in the same boat. And I was thinking, okay, so the Buddha went through, the cause and that it can be stopped, and here's how to stop it. And I was thinking, the second one, it's usually like suffering is caused by desire, which not really. I mean, I desire world peace, and that's not causing me to suffer until I decide, to go to war over it or something, right? Attaching to anything is a hindrance. So just having desire for something is not necessarily going to be the cause. So I struck that one off and said, nah, that's not really good enough. And then I thought to myself, if I were saying what the Four Noble Truths were myself today, what would I say the second noble truth would be? I think it would be your suffering is caused by your being cranky, whiny, and self-centered. You want what you want when you want it. Don't care if it has any effect on anyone else. And you complain about it when you don't get it. That is what causes our suffering all the time. The great cosmic, I don't wanna. Which segues nicely into where I was headed tonight. And I have mentioned this sutra once or twice along the way, but the Vimalakiirti Sutra is a favorite of mine, favorite of a former teacher of mine. And if you're not familiar with it, A, become familiar with it, and B, become familiar with it because Vimalakiirti is a layman. Vimalakiirti is not only a layman, but he's a pretty well-off layman. He's a trader, he's got, lives in a nice place, so he fits the bill of any number of us, and he was known as a very wise practitioner. Didn't live with the Sangha, he lived in his big house, had a job, didn't leave home, but still had wisdom. And considering the number of us that are in the same sort of situation, except for maybe the financial side of things, that gives us a lot of hope that we too might have some wisdom. So in the Vimalakiirti Sutra, first of all, Vimalakiirti is sick. As to whether he's really sick or whether he's sick to make a point, I'll let you read the sutra and figure that out yourself. But So the Buddha is aware of this, and, he's got his Sangha there. He's got the monks and some bodhisattvas all there. And he says to them, for example, Shariputra, go to Vimalakiirti to inquire after his health on my behalf. Shariputra said, World-honored one, I am not qualified to call him and inquire after his health. The reason is that once, as I was sitting in meditation under a tree in a grove, Vimalakiirti came and said, Shariputra, meditation is not necessarily sitting, for meditation means the non-appearance of body and mind in the three worlds of desire, form, and no form, giving no thought to inactivity when in nirvana while appearing in the world with respect-inspiring deportment, not straying from the truth while attending to worldly affairs, the mind abiding neither within nor without, being imperturbable to wrong views during the practice of the 37 contributory stages leading to enlightenment, and not wiping out the troubles, kleshas, while entering the state of nirvana. If you can thus sit in meditation, you will win the Buddha's seal. And it goes on from there. There's Mahakashyapa is one of them, one of the people that is told, hey, go check in on Vimalakiirti, see how he's doing. Subhuti, Ananda is in there, Puruna, any number of others. There's a lot. And they all have the same thing. Nah, I don't wanna. No. He's smarter than me. He made me feel bad when I was doing a thing, and he said that I should possibly try and do this instead. And their pride was obviously injured, right? The 8 worldly winds, as Minwi mentioned recently. We'd like to think of ourselves as the smartest guy in the room. And anytime it comes across that that's not the case, we're offended, and it causes our suffering. So, let's see. Who else do I have here? I have, a bunch of quotes from here. Let's do Manjushri, because that's a favorite section of mine. So, Manjushri's call on Vimalakiirti. The Buddha said to Manjushri, you call on Vimalakiirti to inquire after his health. Manjushri said, World-honored one, he is a man of superior wisdom, and it is not easy to match him in eloquence. Why do you need to match him? For he has reached reality and is a skillful teacher of the essential aspects of the Dharma. His power of speech is unhindered, and his wisdom is boundless. He is well versed in all matters pertaining to bodhisattva development, for he has entered the mysterious treasure of all Buddhas. He has overcome all demons, has achieved all transcendental powers, and has realized wisdom by ingenious devices, upaya. Nevertheless, I will obey the holy command and will call on him to inquire after his health. And then here is a bit of the dialogue between Manjushri and Vimalakiirti. Manjushri asked, What is the root of good and evil? Vimalakiirti replied, the body is the root of good and evil. Manjushri asked, what is the root of the body? Vimalakiirti replied, craving is the root of the body. Manjushri asked, what is the root of craving? Vimalakiirti replied, baseless discrimination is the root of craving. Manjushri asked, what is the root of baseless discrimination? Vimalakiirti replied, inverted thinking is the root of discrimination. Manjushri asked, what is the root of inverted thinking? Vimalakiirti replied, non-abiding is the root of inverted thinking. Manjushri asked, what is the root of non-abiding? And Vimalakiirti replied, non-abiding is rootless. Manjushri, from this non-abiding root, all things arise. So again, we're going into, there's this problem, this dukkha problem, and where does it come from? And Manjushri and Vimalakiirti narrow it down, whittle off the outside edges to get to the root of this problem. Inverted thinking. We create good, we create bad out of things that have no nature of good or bad. So, inverted thinking, we create good, we create bad between our ears. And then when we want to hang on to the good, we get upset when it goes away. When we want to be rid of the bad, we get upset because it's hanging around longer than we want it to. Kind of like, I don't know, wearing a flannel shirt in June. We're creating all of these states of dis-ease within ourselves because of thinking, period. Not good, not bad, as one of our root teachers would say. Don't make good and bad. And you'll notice with all of those Sangha members, bodhisattvas, they didn't feel qualified to go inquire about Vimalakirti's health. And they didn't do it not because of anything Manjushri had done or the Bodhisattva had done or the Buddha had done. There was no action at all. There was just the thinking that, oh, my pride will be wounded, or he's too smart for me. I don't want to go. I'm not qualified to go. I don't know as much, so I can't do it. I. Bodhisattva would say, oh, okay, it's not all about me. I'll go ask after Vimalakiirti's health. I will see how he's doing because it's not all about me. So perhaps we should be a little bit more aware, a little bit more conscious of that fact that it's not all about us. Sometimes, always, there are those out there that need our help more than we need to protect our egos or our pride or our standing in community, which might be lessened somehow because someone else knows more than you do. Perhaps what's important is the suffering of other beings and not our own. Kwanseambosal, aka Avalokiteshvara, aka Guanyin, Guanxian, Kanon, whatever name you're given, whatever gender of bodhisattva it might turn out to be. The name translates as who hears the cries of the world. Maybe we should just think a little bit more about the cries of the world and not the whiny little cries of ourselves.